Moodle's quiz module is a great tool to assess our students, both as they are learning in a formative manner and as a means to evaluate their progress. There are a lot of different ways of creating a quiz, which makes the Moodle quiz module so complex. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the basic components of this tool as we create a simple quiz. Creating a quiz is a two-step process. First, we create the quiz structure, and then we add the questions. Let's get started with the first part. Once editing is on, add a resource or activity in the section where you would like the quiz. So we're going to choose this week, add an activity. We're going to click on quiz, and here is our quiz editing page. In the general section, give a descriptive name for your quiz. Let's call this Israel Pop Quiz. Israel Pop Quiz. In the description, you can give instructions or more details if you so desire. You do not have to display this, so we're not going to write anything. In the timing section, you can decide when the quiz is accessible for people to make attempts. Once the quiz is closed, students can't start new attempts. By default, quizzes have no time limit. Students can take as long as they want. You can specify a time limit here if you'd like. Options for what happens when the time expires and a submission grace period are also displayed here. In the grade section, each quiz receives a mark. If you are in the next program, you are not grading the work, so you have not created a gradebook. So leave this category not categorized. Actually, you have no choice. That's all there is if you don't create a gradebook. If you are in JOLT, choose the category in your gradebook that you want this quiz to be linked to. It will appear here. Whether you are grading the work or not, in a formal sense, the quiz grade will give you a sense of your students' progress. Unlimited attempts mean that the students can retake the quiz as many times as you allow, making the quiz a learning activity, not just an evaluation tool. You have unlimited, and then you can determine how many times they can take the quiz. Grading method means that if multiple attempts are allowed, the grade the students get can either be the highest score, the average score of all the attempts, the first grade they received, all others are ignored, or the last grade they received in their last attempt. Earlier ones are ignored. We're going to choose highest grade. In the layout section, you can determine question order. Either the questions will be in the same order each time, or they will be shuffled randomly each time the student starts a new attempt. New page means that the questions are either all on one page, or each question will be on a separate page, or anywhere in between. It's set by default as every question has a new page, but you can decide how many questions appear on a page. Question behavior has a number of components. Shuffle within questions means that if you set it to yes, each time a student attempts a question, like multiple choice or matching, the components will be shuffled randomly. Choice A the first time may become choice B the next. How the questions behave is where you determine how the students will interact with the questions. There are a lot of choices here. You really should experiment. Deferred feedback means that the students must answer each question and then submit the quiz before anything is graded, and then they get feedback. Adaptive mode allows the student to have multiple attempts of the questions before moving on to the next question. Immediate feedback means the students can submit their response immediately during the quiz attempt and get feedback. However, they can't change their answer later. Interactive means that after submitting an answer and reading the feedback, students have to click a try again button or redo again button before they can try a new response. As you can see that there are variations on these behaviors. If you click the I button and then click More Help, you can get very detailed explanations of how this component works. Review options controls what information students will be shown when they review their past attempts. It's a matrix with a lot of choices. I suggest experimenting with the question behavior and the review option sections to decide what works for you. You can also click on the little I for more information. In this video, we're going to choose the deferred feedback and option and leave the review options in their default settings, just so you can see what it looks like. The appearance and the extra restrictions on attempts are more advanced options that don't really apply to what we are doing here. They determine how quiz grades will be displayed, whole numbers or decimal places. Here, for some reason, it's set on 2. We're going to say no decimal places. And if the student's picture will be displayed while he or she is making the quiz attempt. Extra restrictions on attempts enables you to control how the student can access the quiz. Overall feedback enables you, the teacher, to provide specific feedback to specific student outcomes. If the student gets 100% of the quiz questions right, you can type in a response like "good job," which we'll do here. If the student gets 50%, you can give another response like "nice try." Don't worry about outcomes in this course. If you are working on the quiz, editing and adding questions, while the course is going on, you can choose the hide option so that students don't see the quiz. Choose show when you are finished. As you can see, there are a lot of options and possibilities with quizzes. I encourage you to explore what works for you. In our next video, we'll create a sample quiz.